For the first time in history, 3 nations are co-hosting the World Cup. And for the first time ever, those 3 nations are all playing in it. USA, Mexico, Canada, all in the tournament. All playing on home soil, all in different groups. Which means, if they all qualify, they could eventually meet in the knockout rounds. We fed every piece of relevant data into the AI: squad depth, group draws, recent form, coaching quality, historical patterns, injury situations, and asked one question: which host nation goes the furthest? The answer might surprise you. Mexico, Group A, South Africa, South Korea, Czechia. Let's start with the nation carrying the heaviest emotional weight. Mexico opens the entire tournament on June 11th at the Estadio Azteca in Mexico City, a ground that has already hosted 2 World Cups and is about to host its 3rd. The roar of that crowd in that stadium for that opening game against South Africa is going to be one of the great atmospheres in World Cup history. Javier Aguirre has done what seemed improbable when he was handed the job in mid-2024. Back-to-back CONCACAF titles, the Nations League and the Gold Cup, gave the squad belief and identity that had been missing for several years. The squad has genuine quality. Raul Jimenez at 34 remains their most reliable striker and has been in fine form for Fulham all season. Edson Alvarez anchors the midfield. Young talent like Gilberto Mora and Alvaro Fidalgo add technical quality. In March 2026, Mexico drew 0-0 with Portugal at the reopened Azteca without their star striker Santiago Giménez and numerous regulars, then drew 1-1 with Belgium in Chicago. Competitive performances against genuine World Cup contenders. But then there is the number that haunts everything. Mexico has not gone past the round of 16 in 7 consecutive World Cups. 7. Every single tournament since 1994, they've gone out at the same stage. Mexico carry the full weight of a nation that has not advanced past the round of 16 in 7 consecutive tournaments. The AI sees a team with a genuinely winnable group: South Africa, South Korea, and Czechia, capable of topping it. The crowd advantage is real, and the emotional energy will be extraordinary. But the historical pattern, combined with a midfield that is solid rather than elite, and striker concerns with Giménez at real risk of missing the tournament entirely due to injury struggles at AC Milan, gives the AI significant pause. AI verdict on Mexico, round of 16. Heartbreak again, possibly quarterfinals if everything clicks. Probably not. USA, Group D, Paraguay, Australia, Turkey. The United States enter with the most globally respected coach of the 3 host nations and the most legitimate argument for going deep. Mauricio Pochettino has stated publicly his target is the semi-finals. The Opta supercomputer gives the USMNT a 59.78% chance of automatically qualifying from Group D, a 41.97% chance of reaching the round of 16, and a 19.66% chance of reaching the quarterfinals. The group is manageable. Paraguay, Australia, and Turkey are all beatable. The USMNT opens against Paraguay on June 12th at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, then faces Australia in Seattle before concluding against Turkey. Playing in front of home crowds across the country, LA, Seattle, is a genuine advantage. The squad has genuine Premier League and Serie A depth. Tyler Adams, when fit, is the heartbeat. Weston McKennie is in the best form of his career at Juventus. Chris Richards is the defensive anchor, and Folarin Balogun at Monaco has emerged as a reliable striker option. The concern is the big 2. Christian Pulisic has posted just a single assist and no goals in 15 games for AC Milan in 2026. The USMNT were also beaten 5-2 by Belgium and 2-0 by Portugal in their final March preparations. Pochettino is building something real, but USA have never gone past the round of 16 since 2002. The bracket beyond the group stage will likely include Argentina or France, and when that game comes, the question of whether this squad has the quality to win it remains genuinely unanswered. AI verdict on USA, quarterfinals. Possibly. The home crowd gets them through the round of 32 and the round of 16. A quarterfinal against a top European or South American side is where the ceiling is. Canada, Group B, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Qatar, Switzerland. Here is where the AI lands, and it is not as surprising as it sounds. Canada has the best group draw of any of the 3 host nations. Bosnia, Qatar, and Switzerland are all beatable. After Canada's opener in Toronto against Bosnia, they face Qatar and Switzerland in Vancouver, with a potential round of 32 match also in Vancouver should they top the group. Playing multiple games in front of Canadian crowds in Toronto and Vancouver is a significant home advantage. And the squad, when healthy, is genuinely dangerous. Alphonso Davies hasn't quite returned to his pre-ACL tear form, but once he does, he is undisputedly among the best left-backs in the world. He is the face of Canadian soccer and will be the player every opponent game plans around. Jonathan David is one of the most consistent strikers in European football over the last 5 years. Jesse Marsch has dubbed him the best forward he has ever coached. Steven Eustachio controls the midfield. Ismail Kone has found his best form at Sassuolo. Tajon Buchanan provides width and pace. Canada went to 2022 without going past the group stage, but that was their first World Cup since 1986, and they arrived as genuine novices on the biggest stage. This time, most of this squad has major tournament experience. They reached the 2024 Copa America in a strong showing. They know what pressure feels like now. The ceiling question for Canada is the same as for the USA. What happens when you face Argentina or Brazil in the knockout rounds? That is where the gap between a developing footballing nation and the established elite is most brutal. But the AI's calculation is simple. The easiest group of the 3 hosts, 2 superstar players when fit, the best value bracket entry into the knockouts, and a coaching setup under Marsch that has steadily improved this squad's tournament mentality. AI verdict on Canada, quarterfinals. The best realistic outcome of the 3 host nations. If Davies and David are both fully fit and firing, they could push further. The final ranking. 3rd place, Mexico. The history, the crowd, the emotion. But 7 straight round of 16 exits and a striker injury crisis don't lie. 2nd place, USA. The coaching, the home crowd, the draw. But Pulisic's form and the absence of a genuine killer instinct in big knockout games holds them back. 1st place, Canada. Best draw, best balanced squad when healthy. Most room to surprise. The host nation the AI believes goes furthest. It is Canada's tournament to define a generation. And in 2026, on home soil, with Davies and David in the same team, they might just define it beautifully. Subscribe for more before the World Cup starts.